Hello everybody, welcome to Major Linguas.
Muy buenos días, muy buenas tardes y muy buenas noches para todos. El día de hoy les quiero dar la bienvenida a nuestro programa radial Major Linguas. El día de hoy les estaremos contando sobre este proyecto, cuál es nuestra iniciativa, cuál es nuestro enfoque, nuestro objetivo. Y pues nada, chicos, sean muy cordialmente bienvenidos. Obviamente pues no me encuentro solo. Estoy en compañía de mi compañera Lizeth González y estaremos conversando con ustedes acerca de lo que vendría siendo este proyecto tan especial. Hola Lizeth, ¿cómo te encuentras?
Hola Rubén, estoy muy bien, espero que tú también estés muy bien. Buenos días a todos, buenas tardes y buenas noches. Soy Lizeth González y voy a estar con ustedes en este programa Mejor Lenguas.
Así, exactamente, chicos. Nosotros vamos a comenzar el día de hoy contándoles un poco de qué va a tratar este programa, qué es importante que tengan presente y otras cosas que debamos aclarar el día de hoy. Entonces, pues vamos a comenzar desde lo más simple hasta desenvolver la idea de la manera más compleja. Así que chicos, lo primero que deben saber es por qué Mayor Linguas. Así que Lisette, mi compañera, les va a explicar por qué escogimos este nombre para nuestro programa radial.
Listo. Para iniciar, nosotros tuvimos como compañeros y estudiantes de último semestre, tuvimos la iniciativa de crear un programa que ayudara a los estudiantes pues, de la licenciatura y también estudiantes que están aprendiendo un nuevo idioma a pues practicar ese idioma, de que sea fácil. Entonces, nosotros lo decimos llamar medio lenguas porque es una combinación de dos idiomas. Entonces, como ustedes pueden notar, tenemos el idioma inglés y el portugués. Entonces, mayor es de inglés y nos referimos a los estudiantes que están como en carreras universitarias, o sea, ese rango de edad. Y lenguas, la traducción en el español, quiere decir idiomas, lenguas. Entonces, por eso quisimos hacer la combinación, ya que estamos utilizando estos dos idiomas, ¿por qué no hacer una combinación con el inglés y portugués?
Vale, Lisette, muchísimas gracias. Lo segundo, chicos, que debemos aclarar es que pues nosotros vamos a tener un enfoque mediante el cual vamos a desarrollar nuestros programas. Este enfoque es netamente cultural. Nosotros vamos a desarrollar cada uno de nuestros programas teniendo en cuenta la cultura ya sea de Estados Unidos, de diferentes partes donde hablan inglés, de Brasil, Portugal y otros ámbitos. Básicamente vamos a considerar la cultura como un eje, pero vamos a tener diferentes dinámicas, tales como entrevistas, vamos a tener invitados especiales en nuestros programas. También vamos a abordar temas que han trascendido en la historia, temas que han impactado, ya sea de cantantes famosos y muchas otras dinámicas para que nosotros podamos ayudarles, chicos, a que ustedes puedan mejorar sus habilidades de comprensión auditiva. Por ende, nuestros programas están dirigidos principalmente a los estudiantes de la licenciatura en lenguas extranjeras con énfasis en inglés, pero esto no significa que estemos cerrando nuestro programa solo a esta audiencia. Cualquier persona que nos quiera desee sintonizar, ya sea porque estén aprendiendo un nuevo idioma o porque estén estudiando una carrera similar como lo es las lenguas modernas, lo pueden hacer. Simplemente nuestro enfoque principal son los estudiantes de la Corporación Universitaria Minuto de Dios, ya que como nosotros estamos terminando nuestra carrera, en el proceso nos dimos cuenta que adquirir la habilidad de comprensión auditiva es un poco difícil y a veces si no contamos con habilidades o básicamente llamémoslo como con herramientas alternas para fortalecer esta habilidad, nos vamos a sentir muy agobiados porque muchas veces en las clases nos colocan actividades de comprensión auditiva y cosas así. Por ejemplo, pues, Lisette, déjame preguntarte, ¿tú cómo te sentías al comienzo de la carrera y cómo te sientes ahora?
Uy, si te soy sincera, Rubén, la verdad, cuando yo inicié mi primer semestre, a mí los listening me iba muy mal. Yo sacaba uno, no entendía, especialmente porque eran británicos, entonces para mí era muy difícil entender un listening, pero pues me tocó practicar por mi cuenta, utilizar herramientas y hoy en día que ya estoy finalizando la carrera, me he dado cuenta que cuando hago exámenes internacionales, lo que mejor me va son los listening. Entonces, creo que no es algo imposible. De pasar a un uno a entender algo, creo que es un avance que solo se consigue si uno se esfuerza y uno utiliza las herramientas necesarias.
Exactamente. Entonces, chicos, ¿por qué quise preguntarle esto a Lisette? Porque el día de hoy nosotros estamos haciendo este programa después de haber pasado por ese proceso y ese trayecto tan arduo, donde a nosotros en un comienzo nos costaba entender un listening, una conversación, no sabíamos de qué estaban hablando, si los que estaban hablando sobre comida, cosas así, porque pues también estos listenings estaban acompañados de preguntas. Eso nos lleva a nuestro siguiente punto, y es que nosotros vamos a estar adjuntando en la descripción de nuestros programas, ya sea vía YouTube o en las diferentes transmisiones que hagamos vía podcast, estaremos adjuntándoles, chicos, un Google Docs, el cual ustedes pueden acceder a él de manera totalmente gratuita, con preguntas relacionadas a cada programa que nosotros vayamos a tener. ¿Esto con qué fin? Con el fin de que ustedes puedan medir su comprensión auditiva. Claramente, estos Google Docs van a venir de una vez con la respuesta correcta, como si fuera un forms, un formulario que ustedes llenan y al final lo envían y les muestra su puntaje, pero es con el fin para que ustedes de manera autónoma puedan medir qué tanto están entendiendo de lo que nosotros vamos a estar hablando en estos programas. Por ende, queremos aclararles, chicos, que puede que al inicio de cada programa comencemos hablando un poquito de español como para contextualizar el escenario, pero cuando vayamos a abordar directamente el tema al que vamos a entrar de manera seria, lo haremos ya sea en inglés o en portugués. Lizeth, no sé si se me olvida aclarar algo o algo que
Sí,
desees
se me
añadir.
olvida algo. Y es para nuestros oyentes, es que no olviden que nosotros tenemos un correo electrónico. Este correo electrónico les va a servir de mucha ayuda por si ustedes están interesados en nuestros programas, de hacernos preguntas, de que si tienen inquietudes, pero asimismo si necesitan material de algo, nosotros estamos dispuestos a través de este correo, pues enviar eso. Recuerden que es gratuito, inclusive pues lo de Google Docs es gratuito, porque nuestra intención no es cobrar, sino ser como de ayuda, porque sabemos que muchas veces en muchas plataformas piden dinero, pero no es nuestro caso. Queremos que sea de libre acceso para todo el mundo.
Muchas gracias,
Entonces,
Lizeth. Sí, chicos. El correo es mayorlinguasrp@gmail.com. ¿Por qué RP? Radio Podcast. Básicamente por eso es que colocamos RP. Pueden escribirnos cualquier sugerencia, algún tema que les gustaría que apliquemos en nuestros programas de manera inductiva. Con gusto estaremos muy felices de hacerlo. Así que nada, chicos, yo creo que eso sería todo con relación a cómo vamos a desenvolver las dinámicas en nuestro programa. Sin más que decir, chicos, nosotros vamos a dar inicio de inmediato con nuestro primer programa. De pronto, probablemente por la música que tenemos de fondo, ustedes ya podrán imaginarse de quién vamos a estar hablando. Sin embargo, pues vamos a ir directamente a nuestro programa. Vamos a entrar en materia. So, are you ready, guys?
yes, yes,
Let's
of
start.
course.
Okay, so welcome, guys. Welcome to our radio program, our radio podcast, Major Linguas. Today we are going to be talking about Michael Jackson. So, Lisette, the first question that I had for you is, who was Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. I know, and I know that many people know this singer because he was really important in the history. But for me, he's my
Yes.
favorite singer. I enjoy listening to his songs. I had a playlist with those songs. So for that reason, for me, it's really important to talk about this person. So, do you know who is Michael Jackson, Ruben? Before starting?
Mm, yes, Lizette. Actually, I have some knowledge about him. The first thing that I know about him, well, the first time that I heard about him, it was a tragedy because it was when he passed away. Of course, I was a child, I was 9 years old. So for me, it was really impressive. Yes, I was really amazed about that new. So I started looking for about his life, those kind of things, and I remember that in that time, many people started to publish his videos in
Mm,
different channels, like in a way to honoring his life. So in that way, I could know a little bit about him. He had many different songs, many. I could notice that, and also the most common one, the one that I am familiar with the most, is Thriller. In
okay.
the one in which he is like a zombie, something like that, and they started like dancing. But yes, that's the only thing that I know about him. Can you
Mm.
tell me something additional about him?
Yes, of course. I'm going to tell you some information about him. Important information because we have a lot of information on the internet.
Okay. Yes.
So, people, if you want to look for information, you can do it after listening our program. But I'm going to give some general aspects. So, we are going to start that Michael Jackson has a second name, or had,
Okay.
because he passed away.
Yes.
The second name is Joseph. So he's Michael Joseph Jackson. So
Okay.
that is really interesting because I didn't know that. He was an American singer, also a songwriter, dancer, and record producer. For me, in my
Okay.
opinion, he's a good dancer, really, and I'm really fascinated with his choreographies. So for that reason, I found that he is a good dancer. He was born in August 29 in 1958 in Gary, Indiana, United
Okay.
States, and he died in June 25, 2009 in Los Angeles at the age of 50. What do you
Okay.
think about the age, Ruben?
Well, actually, I think he died really young because, well, I don't know if he was planning to continue like making songs, because when I was doing some research about him, I could realize that he was someone who started making songs really young, and he never stopped. I mean, he had like some continuity in the genre. He never stopped. He wasn't like some other artists that they tried like to have a rest for some time, and then they retake his career. They start
Mhm,
to compose new songs. No, I could notice that he had like a really strong rhythm, like a
mhm,
constancy. I don't know. It was like a really persistent person. But also, other thing that I could realize is that he doesn't have any bad song. All
mhm,
his songs are really nice, are really enjoyable. So yeah, that's really interesting because there are some artists that probably they will have three popular songs, something like that, but the rest is like nobody knows about those kind of songs. So yes, I think he passed away really young. I don't know
mhm.
if nowadays if he would still alive, probably if he wanted to continue in the musical industry, or if he would have had more children. I don't
I
know.
don't think, I don't know. Probably he wanted to stop to have a rest because it's difficult to have a career for a long time.
Okay, yes, that's true. Well, that makes me think about his childhood. So, Lisette, why don't we talk about his childhood?
Yes, of course. For me, it's really sad to know about his childhood because it was not a common one. You know, maybe children enjoy their childhood, playing with with the friends, and spending time with the family. But in the case of Michael Jackson, it was totally different. So for that reason, for me, it's really sad to know that. I don't know
Yeah,
if you have knowledge about his childhood.
about his childhood. Well, I I will provide you with some information, and please correct me if I am wrong. But well, the first thing is that he started really young. Let's say that at the age of 10 years old. I don't know. I'm just giving you a number because I don't know. But he was really young. I know that he started like making some presentations, some live presentations, and that was the main reason why he became famous because many people started knowing about like his existence.
Hmm.
But I don't know if he started by himself or he if he decided to be a musician. There are some things that I'm not familiar with, so please, Lisette, if you know about it, please let me know because
Hmm.
uh, I don't know.
Yes, he wrote a book called Moonwalk. It was an autobiographic book. In
Okay,
that book, he mentioned that his father was interested to know the music industry, the musical industry.
his
So
father.
after realizing that his family had that special talent, he wanted to
Okay,
create a group. So the group was called the Jackson's Five. So for that reason, the group was managed by his father. So they were
okay.
not alone. They were with the father.
Ah, okay. So was his father the one who took the decision about like creating a group and start making music?
Exactly.
Okay,
So he was
okay,
coordinating all the songs, all the presentations. So they were in clubs, they were in talent shows, and also in TV programs.
okay, listen, but I got a question. Was his father wealthy? I mean, he had money for supporting them in music
No, I don't
or
know.
no?
But I
Okay.
suppose that maybe he had some necessities. For that reason, he thought about creating a group
Ah,
to
okay. Yes,
gain, mhm,
probably it
to
was a
gain
way
money.
to assure their future, like to try to
Yes,
improve their conditions, their current conditions. Okay, yes, it's a good theory. Yes, I don't know, but yes, of course. But I think that they started. I mean, was Michael Jackson the youngest one?
not the just guess what, but almost in
Okay,
the
because
middle, maybe.
okay, because I mean they started really young. I
Yes.
know that probably sometimes people have many different needs, but even though that I know about it, I think that Michael started really young in the
Really
musical
young.
industry.
In an interview, he said that
Yes.
he had not a good childhood, as the other ones, because he he couldn't celebrate, for example, Christmas, birthdays.
Whoosh.
So That is why he said that he was a terrible childhood.
Okay, yes, I think that I am in agreement with that because usually children they I don't know in his epoch you could I don't know enjoy playing Nintendo or playing with your toys, the ones that your
Mhm.
fathers give you. But Michael Jackson didn't have that opportunity, and
No.
it's really sad because I think that most of us have the opportunity to have like a childhood playing with your friends, different games.
Mhm. And due to that path, when he was an adult,
Okay.
he started to be a defender of human rights, especially with children rights. So,
Okay. That explains many things actually.
yes, of course. So, for that reason, he create different songs
Okay.
for helping children. So, for example, we have Heal the World and
Okay.
also We Are the World. So, for example, in Heal the World was with the intention to help homeless children.
Okay. Okay.
And
Homeless
that is why
children.
he also gave money to foundations.
Oh, but so you are trying to tell me that he was like a sort of philanthropist person?
Yes, yes, because
Oh,
he
okay.
wanted to help people, especially children.
Okay, so Lisette, so you already told me that Michael started in the musical industry due to his father and his brothers. So they started to make music together forever?
No. In 1971, he began
Okay,
his solo career with the album Of the Wall.
okay.
Maybe we know, do you know the song Billie Jean?
Yes, actually is one of my favorites because of the video. It's like really
Mm,
interesting for me the video. I'm not sure if that is the video in which Michael turns into tiger in one part of the video.
I'm not sure.
I think
I don't
yes,
remember.
I, I think so. I believe so. Is
Mm,
in that video there is one part when Michael Jackson turns into a tiger and I was
mm.
like really that video was really captivating for me because I think that Michael Jackson was like one step further in the generation in that time because his songs always had like special effects and those kinds that were really different in that epoch.
So, yes, I know that song was really important because it's part of that album, it's part of
Okay.
his solo, and also because when he was in a event, he was doing a presentation and sang that song.
Okay.
So, in that event, he presents his dance step, the moonwalk. So
Okay.
that was
Yes, I
iconic.
know. I know that step. Okay. That's nice. Well, Lizette, I think that we have already covered like enough information about his childhood. So also I would like to know about his career. So do you know anything about his career?
Hmm. I know that he started, as we mentioned before, with the
Okay.
Jackson's Five. They have a lot of important songs, for example, ABC or One Look Back. So all of those songs were really important. I don't know if you know that songs.
No,
ABC.
actually I just know Michael Jackson's music when he
Okay,
started his solo career.
okay. Is it's okay, but he had those songs that were really
Famous?
important. in his
Okay.
career. But after Jackson's 5, he produced his solo album, Off the Wall. He created songs like Billie Jean, Thriller, Smooth Criminal, Bad.
Oh, okay.
So he had a lot of songs, as you can see. And all of those
Yes.
songs, and some time of your day, you can listen it because they are really famous.
Well, I remember the Smooth Criminal one, and it's really nice. Well, actually, I I don't I don't know any song from this guy that I could say that is bad. No,
No.
I think that he was really talented, and every song that he composed and made and produced was a masterpiece. I can say that.
And that is why he could get the title of the King of Pop because he was really important in the 80s. So
Ah, yes, actually, even though nowadays I think that he's still being the king of pop for me. I
for
I believe so.
although many people is discussing if Bad Bunny
Yeah.
or is the new King of Pop, but I don't know.
Well,
I don't think so.
I don't think so because Bad Bunny makes another genres, for example, trap or reggaeton, but Bad Bunny doesn't produce pop music. But okay, so we are talking about Michael, so I don't want to enter into controversial topics, but yeah. So, okay, Lisa, do you have any other thing to mention about Michael Jackson's career?
He continues doing albums for a long time. In the 2000s, for example.
Okay.
So also we knew that Michael Jackson before dying, he was producing a new album, and the new
Ah,
album appears after he's died. So
in the 2000s,
nine,
in which date was his last album published? In
if
the
I'm not,
2000?
if I suppose that was in the 2009,
Ah,
2009
okay. Ah,
maybe,
yes. Oh, yes.
because
Yes,
he
because
died in that moment.
you are telling me that that album was published after he passed away. So it had to be published in after he passed away in 2009 or 2010 probably.
Probably.
Okay. So okay, well, and also well, you said I have like a question for you because well, I had been doing some research about this topic. And this topic or this question is Bruno Mars Michael Jackson's son? What do you think?
It's really difficult to say that because I know Bruno Mars is a good singer, a good dancer as well, but I don't think that he is the song, Michael Jackson song,
Okay,
because I don't know.
yes.
Eh, Michael Jackson's only mentioned three sons, three
Okay.
children. Sorry, because there is a girl, which is Paris Jackson.
Ah, yes, yes,
So
that's true.
he no
Well,
he didn't mention Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Well, actually, I have the answer for you. Well, I don't know if this is the. I'm not sure, but I think that his father is
Hmm.
Peter Jean Hernandez. It has the same name that Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is called Peter Jean Hernandez. I was like looking for about him. So yes, in Wikipedia on and in the and those stuff you can find the information. So yes, actually, and Michael Jackson is not Bruno Mars' father. No, he isn't. But you have to admit that they look alike. For example, I think that they have like some things in similar talking about their appearance. But well, that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they are family because sometimes, for example, people had found someone who is quite similar to Eminem or and those guys, and they don't have any relationship in common. So yes, well, basically,
Indeed,
no, they don't have. They don't.
indeed,
They are not
the
friendly.
people started to think that my Bruno Mars is the song because he's talented. Bruno Mars is talented. He's not
Ah,
only a good
yes,
singer, he's also a great dancer, as Michael Jackson.
yes,
So,
that's true.
yes, so people started to connect ideas and to think
Ah,
about it.
probably yes, probably it was because of that. So well, after like giving clear these questions, after solving that question, after answering that question, well, it seems, Lisa, that you know more than me about Michael Jackson. So I would like to know what was his most successful album.
Thriller. Thriller was the most successful album.
Okay,
He sold a lot of copies,
okay.
a lot of albums. So for that reason, he was the most successful one. But something that I really found interested about Thriller is the main song, which is Thriller, is the name, and it was something relevant in the history, in the musical industry, in the history of musical industry, because in that time was not common to create video clips. You know,
Ah,
video
yes,
clips
that's true.
normally was the singer singing the song, and that's it. But Michael Jackson's do make that revolution in the industry
Okay.
because he became the video clips into an art expression. So
Ah,
he used
okay.
cinematographic aspects. So for that reason, was interesting to watch that video clip, and was the thing
Well,
that called the attention of fans, especially because in that epoch was not common to create a video clip in a horror way. Horror.
ah, yes,
So
that's
it
true
was a horror
because
video clip. Why? Because we could see zombies, wolfman, a
and
wolfman. So
and also that Michael turns into a zombie. S-
exactly.
Yes, I
So
remember that.
for that reason was something that caught the attention of the people
Ah, okay.
because it
Well,
was not common in that epoch.
yes, actually, I was like guessing that because, as I told you before, I think that Michael Jackson was one step further in his epoch. He was always like making different things that for that
Mhm.
epoch they were like the top notch thing. So for that reason, I think that those inventions helped him to become the king of pop, actually.
Exactly. So those hospitals help him to be a great singer.
Okay, so well, but Lisette, I think that as every musician in the industry, every singer that might have problems, I think that Michael Jackson is not the exception, right? So, Lisette,
Exactly.
I have heard about Michael Jackson and Pepsi's relationship. Sorry. So, could you please tell me about what happened with Pepsi? Because I was reading like making a scanning, skimming, and I could find that he had some problems with Pepsi. So please let me know what happened. Do
Mm,
you know?
okay. I'm going to give you a context about what happened and about what I know.
Okay.
Eh, in that moment, Michael Jackson's career was successful, was
Okay.
starting to have a great impact. So for that reason, for Betsy was interesting to call Michael Jackson for making an advertisement.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Especially because in that moment, Pepsi was having like a fight between Coca-Cola.
Well, I think that nowadays they're still having the same fight, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So in that moment, they were trying to have more people to consume all of those products. So for that reason, they thought in Michael Jackson because they knew that Michael Jackson had a lot of fans
Well,
around
but
the world.
actually, having in mind that Michael Jackson was like the top-notch one in the musical industry, Michael
Mm,
Jackson had to pay a lot of money because
yes.
it's not that easy to contract someone who is like really famous. So, well, yes, okay, continue, please. Continue, please.
Yes, it was a good strategy of marketing. But what was the problem then was terrible for Michael Jackson. And I can say that it was a really problem for his future because it continues affecting his life. So the problem was
Okay.
that in a simulated concert or like a training before having the presentation, the official presentation, in the moment that Michael Jackson was in the scenario, fireworks accidentally set Michael Jackson's hair on fire. So that
Ah,
was terrible
okay.
because he had second degree burns. So it was
Okay.
something that affected his health.
So he had primary grade burns.
He has second degree burns.
Oh, okay. So, well, but what is the hardest one? Primary? Those
I
are
don't know.
the
Primarily, I suppose that.
yes, I guess so. Okay, but likewise, just if
Mhm.
you get burned your skin, that is something really bad. So okay, and didn't Pepsi help him? I think on time.
More or less, the problem was that although he had the medical attention,
Okay.
they had consequence. Michael Jackson had consequences on his life. For example, one of the consequences was that he had drug addictions, medical addictions.
Ah,
To,
okay. So was that the reason why he changed his skin color?
no, but
Okay.
he was the consequences. One another consequences was the rhinoplasty. That is why
Ah,
he changed
yes.
his nose.
I was thinking at first when I was a child that the reason why he had a lot of surgeries, it was because he didn't want to be uh, black. Sorry, because of my ignorance, but I was thinking about that.
No, many people doubt that.
Okay.
There were some assumptions about that, that Michael Jackson's didn't want to have brown skin.
Yes.
So, but it was not totally true.
Okay, so please, Lisa, tell me a little bit more about it. Did Michael Jackson change his skin or not?
Mm, if I'm honest, I know that he had a disease, an ill called vitiligo. Do you know what is vitiligo?
Yes, is like is a disease or a sickness that is like affecting the your skin. the
Exactly.
the the color that you have. So sometimes it's like it's giving you some light tones in some
Mm-hmm.
parts of your
Of
skin,
your body.
basically. Yes.
Exactly. So the transition to change his color was in measure of the time. So after that, he changed a lot his color.
But did he change or it was because of the disease?
It was because of the disease. Is the thing I found on internet. I'm not sure
Ah,
if,
okay.
but
Okay,
I
so
suppose that is
as a
true
consequence, okay, so as
as
a
a consequence.
consequence of having vitiligo, he decided to have some surgeries
I'm not sure. I don't know.
because I don't know, or probably the due to vitiligo, that's the reason why Michael Jackson turns into like a light tone skin.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, I was thinking that he changed his skin, but thanks for the clarification, Lisa, because I didn't know anything
No,
about
and
that.
I think it's true because in some times that we could see Michael Jackson's in television, he had always an umbrella and sunglasses because
Ah,
he couldn't receive the sunlight.
okay. So when you had vitiligo, you are not you able to receive sun rays in your face or something?
Yes, I suppose that because he all the time was with the and also the sunglasses. And
Ah, okay.
some days I could see the gloves.
Ah, yes, but I watched that he usually wore just one. I don't remember if he wore that glove in the right hand or on the left one, but he
Mm,
usually used that glove in just one hand.
mm, no,
It
I don't.
was yes, I think the reason why he was using like just one glove, it was because he was trying to cover that evidence about his disease. Of
Mhm.
course, I think that as everyone, famous people need privacy. And I think that Michael Jackson didn't have privacy because paparazzis, everyone wanted
Mhm.
to know about him. He was like trying to know everything about his life. And I think that it was something that affect him psychologically
Yes, of course,
because
because
he didn't have privacy.
privacy and sometimes he had anxiety. So
Yes.
for that reason, he for him was difficult.
Okay, Lisette. So uh, I got a question for you. In the video that is called Smooth Criminal, uh, I can see that Michael Jackson is able like to uh, turn himself down towards without any problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, there were many different myths about that video. For example, many people said that Michael Jackson was satanic because he was able to
That
make
had a
that
pact with
movement.
the devil.
Yes, that because he was able to make that movement. Is that true?
No. No, of course not.
Okay. So can you? I know something that he created like he created shoes, a pair of shoes for
Yes,
doing
and
that.
special ones.
Ah, okay. So, but was that true? Did he create those shoes?
Yes, there are some news about that he had
Okay.
special shoes that
Ah,
allow
okay.
him to do that step to do that
Ah,
dance step.
okay. Just because when I was looking about it, I could find that like those shoes were able to like uh, catch like a nail that was like on the floor. And that was the reason
Mm-hmm.
why Michael Jackson could make that movement, because his shoes help him to maintain himself stand to like having that movement.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And that was so famous that many people tried to repeat to that
Yes,
movement,
yes,
but
because
was not possible because they don't have that special shoes.
but in that video we can see that some other people are making the same movement. So did they have the same shoes?
Hmm, I'm not sure.
Yes,
Maybe they
probably.
practiced a lot.
Okay. Yes. Yes, probably yes. Okay, but now listen, I have something to tell you that probably you are not familiar with or you didn't
Mm,
know that about it. Michael Jackson had a pet chimpanzee called Bubbles. He had a pet. So basically, Bubbles was really kind. He was like really linked to Michael because they were
mm,
friends. Michael Jackson loved children, but also he loved animals. He had some other animals in his house. For example, he had camels and
mm.
also llamas in his house because he was able to pay for maintain those animals in his house. Because for example, if I tell you, no, listen, I want to have a chimpanzee, no, I'm not able to take care of that animal here. But
It's
yes,
not possible.
one, yes, but his one of his best friends was an animal. He was called a Bubbles. uh, I'm not sure about this, but I have heard that when Michael Jackson passed away, Bubbles have to be taken to a zoo
Mm, okay.
because Bubbles was the only one who wanted to be taken by Michael. He just wanted to be treated by him. So after Michael
So
Jackson passed away, Bubbles had to be taken to a zoo.
I have a question. So Bubbles died? That
Well,
one?
nowadays I guess so. Do you know that as common, many animals when his own passes away, they like
Mm,
got depression and they after some time they pass away. But it was in 2009. We are in 2024. I guess so. But yes, Bubbles was taken to a zoo after Michael Jackson passed away.
mm, that is sad.
Yes, because I think that Bubbles loved Michael Jackson so much and Michael
Yeah.
Jackson too.
Yes,
So
it's sad,
yes.
but if I'm honest, I don't like animals in captivity because I really think that they need to be free in their
Yes,
environment.
of course. They don't need to be in a zoo. No. They have to be
No,
free in the wild space, in the
exactly.
woods, because they are not able to be inside a zoo just for helping some other ones to earn some money. No. And
Mm-hmm.
I disagree about it. So
Yeah.
also, well, as I think that they said we have covered many different aspects. So the one that I would like to, with the one that I would like to finish this conversation, they said is why Michael Jackson died and in what time. I think that that will be like the final question for you, Lisa.
Okay. He died, as I mentioned before at the beginning of the program,
Okay,
that he died in June 25 in 2009 in Los Angeles, California.
okay,
But the problem was that he didn't die in a natural way
okay.
because he died due to a overdose
Uh, okay.
of
When
medical pills and, and drugs. So
yes, I remember you told me that he was addicted to
yes,
medical
because
drugs.
after the accident with Pepsi, he started to consume medical. Yes, medical things like
Okay.
pills and yes,
Well,
those
actually, you
things.
told me that Michael Jackson suffered from anxiety, so probably that was any other reason why he started to consume a lot of medicine.
No, I suppose that maybe was the anxiety problems, maybe depression because he had a lot of controversies. So
Controversies? Yes, I remember that I heard that uh, uh, he had to go to the judgment many times
yes,
because he was accused of like abusing children.
yes, because he had a kind of village called Neverland
Ah, yes,
with
I know
children
that
and
village.
all of those things. So many parents wanted to judge that Michael Jackson was the main
An
uh,
abuser?
the main abuser of children.
Well, well, I think that till nowadays nobody has demonstrated that Michael Jackson was the guilty one. Till nowadays, we don't know in the future, but till
Mhm,
nowadays nobody has demonstrated
mhm.
that
And
Michael
many
Jackson
friends
is guilty.
believe on him that he is innocent.
Ah, he did he win the judgments?
Uh, no, the judgment could not put Michael in prison because he didn't found something. They didn't find something.
Okay, but was Michael Jackson declared innocent?
Yes, all the time, even in interviews.
Ah, okay, so Michael Jackson won the judgments because they never found anything
Mm,
about.
more that one, he had to pay it,
Ah,
to give money.
my God. Okay, I think that it was a high quantity of money,
Yes, of course.
but nonetheless, they never found proofs about his accusers.
Hmm.
Okay, so well, that's interesting. Okay, so Lisette, it was like really enjoyable for me to discuss and
To talk
talk to
about
you about, yes, to talk to you about this topic because, well, nowadays or when from now on, after having this conversation with you, I can say that I know a little bit more about Michael Jackson. So, well, listen, I think that we have covered everything for today. Would you like to say goodbye?
yes, of course. Remember to do it. Remember that if you want to look for information about Michael Jackson's, you can do it, but try to do it in English to practice the topic. So, thank you so much for being here in our program, for listening to us. I'm sorry for the mistakes. You know, we are humans. So we are allowed to make mistakes. So don't forget that also you are human, so you can make mistakes. It's part of the process of the learning process. Thank you so much. Don't forget that we have our email that you can see in the screen. That is our email. And if you want to look for information, if you want to ask for something, please do it because we want to help you. I don't know if you want to say something, Ruben.
Well, guys, thanks for being with us in our first edition, in our first radio program, Major Linguas. Remember that in some programs, probably I will be by my own, but remember that Lisette is always behind me. She is going to help me out to prepare in detail the discussions, the conversations we are going to be developing in this space. Thanks for being with us. Remember to practice every day. As Lisa told you before, if you want to doing some research about this topic, you can do it, but even better if you do it in English. So thank you so much, guys, for being with us. Remember that my name is Ruben,
My name is Lisette.
and
Um,
see you the next time.
bye bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Take care.